Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 in Crossing in the Woods. Our heroes today are going to be HelpingHans, playing as the US forces in the yellow. And his opponent in the pink or purple trunks is going to be HOI-PauL.a.D. as the OKW. Now, I caught this game live, so I don't know if it was uploaded by any of them, but if not, I may upload it to CoH2.org to show the replay. But yeah, I mean, I spotted these guys playing live, and I just had to jump in and watch the replay because, well, I mean, in case you didn't know, these guys are pretty good. I mean, at the time of casting this, I mean, obviously these ranks change rather frequently, but at the time of casting this, HelpingHans holds the number 9 rank for the US forces, and PauL.a.D. was holding the number 1 rank. I actually double checked right before I went live, and he went down to 2. But yeah, number 1, number 2 for the OKW. So yeah, these guys are really, really good. So it should be an awesome game. There were several people observing it live, so let's hope it's a good one. So anyways, we see HelpingHans getting himself rifles, and more rifles as the 3rd rifle gets produced. The truck for the OKW, PauL.a.D. was pushing the infantry around with it, but it didn't manage to accomplish too much. The rear echelon squad was the one being harassed around here, but they were able to capture territory regardless, so nothing too much came out of it. We see here that PauL.a.D. had set some barbed wire on the other side of the sandbags to deny the heavy cover to his opponent. Did not finish building it, so it can be shot down. However, it does take quite a bit to actually shoot down. Maybe it should take less, maybe, you know, die a little bit quicker, prevent, you know, exploitation of things like this. We have Mr. PauL.a.D. just laying down sandbags all across the bridge without actually completing them, thus denying movement to his opponent with no cost to him at all and such like that. But, well, unfortunately that is just a design flaw in the game, and it is, well, you know, you don't get to rank number 1 or number 2 without, you know, utilizing everything to your advantage, right? So anyways, over on the right-hand side, Rifle Squad engaging the Volkskrens over on the munitions. They force them off, and the rifles just sit in the truck a little bit, and then we'll move on to capture. Center of the map, though, we do have a Rifle Squad going for the push. The truck has taken quite a bit of punishment. It's already down to less than half health. Both Grenadier Squad hold up in this truck is trying to engage both Rifle Squads at the same time. This squad is down to 2 men, so it will be retreating. Doesn't want to risk getting itself shot and killed. Down to 1 man, makes it out of there just fine. Volkskren squad also taking quite a bit of punishment as the Storm Pioneers try to help out, but they're quite at range, and at range they are not magnificent. Rifles and Volkskrens are engaging at long range. The Volks are down to 2 men, even though it says heavy cover. Remember, it is directional, so they're not actually getting any bonuses there. And the rifles capture the munitions. So a nice little early position there for Hans. However, you can see here in the center, the sandbags have done their job, and the rear echelon squad is unable to push through. Going to have to focus fire one part of it. He's going to focus the edge so that he can just break through, but it's going to take a while. I mean, yes, it does die to small arms fired, but I mean, look at that. It takes almost like, what, 10 seconds for it to break? 5 to 10 seconds, and then you can get through, so it works to delay your opponent. Battle group headquarters, but getting built out there in the open. We see the rifle squad continues to push forward. The battle group headquarters is, you know, not a good thing for Hans right here, as it's going to be a very strong reinforcement location for all the troops. He is, however, focusing fire down on the battle group headquarters. The Storm Pioneers are forced to retreat. The Volkskrens are pushing forward to trying to fend off against these rifles. The rifles are 2 squads in number. There's 1 squad down to 2 men, forced to retreat. The battle group headquarters is down to about 10% health. Can he actually finish it off? It's about to finish building. Here comes another rifle squad, and oh, it was a rear echelon squad, and it barely gets built. Down to a sliver of health, cutting it down to the wire. PauL.a.D. calculated risk, and it paid off. Wow, almost got the battle group headquarters. That would have spelled disaster for PauL.a.D. Rear echelon squad forced to retreat once again from the center. It did manage to decap the point, but the Volksgrenadiers are probably going to seal it up again. Yep, with no effort whatsoever. They're just going to let it just be there. Actually, no. Looks like they're gonna build it completely, which, yeah, not a bad idea. It is right outside the edge of the point, which means that it is cover that you cannot use the cap, you know, against them, and he can use the cap against Helping Hands. So, yeah. Lieutenant now on the field, crossing the river, gonna run into an MG34 as we see that PauL.a.D went for the Fortifications Doctrine, so you see right there. MG34 manages to get the suppression going off on the Lieutenant, but the Lieutenant crawls out of range, gonna be running into a Volksgrenadier squad in the north, with a second Volksgrenadier squad coming up behind it. In a little bit of a tough spot. It does have a decent amount of firepower at close range with the Lieutenant, and obviously the bar that it comes equipped, but the Lieutenant dies, and that forces... Well, I mean, it doesn't force it, but the rest of the squad retreats as they have lost their leader, and they're going to go buy a new one. Rear echelon squad trying to hold the line over here on the left-hand, not the left-hand side, right-hand side munitions point. We do have an anti-air half-track now on the field for Helping Hands, so that will help them out quite a bit. And pushing it is the truck that likes to drive in reverse, spattered in the blood of Romans that it killed in a previous life. Left-hand side, Volk's capping. The volley fire activated here on the rear echelon squad actually manages to get suppression going on that Volk's Grenadier squad. Volk's Grenadier squad did manage to decap the munitions point, but it is still suppressed, still taking some damage and forced to retreat as the rear echelon is in heavy cover against this MG, and, well, it's going to be fine. Far right-hand side, rifles and Volksgrens are engaging. The rifles just close the distance, going to get right on top of the Volks and win the engagement. And on the left-hand side, we see the anti-air half-track pushing forward, trying to go for the battle group headquarters, it looked like, but the battle group headquarters has been repaired. Still at less than half health, and the anti-air half-track can eliminate it, but with Shrek-equipped Volksgrens nearby and things like that, it is a little bit too risky of a maneuver for Helping Hands to keep it there. He ends up to lose a lot if he loses his anti-air half-track very early. Still, going to be doing a lot of damage, and I love the animations here on this truck. You can actually see the shells getting loaded and moved every time it fires. Ah, track it. There you go.
We're losing a capture point.
Yeah, you can see right there the shells, and they start loading in every time. It's kind of cool. I like it. Very nice quality to detail there, or attention to detail, I guess. Yeah. So, anyways. Storm Pioneers repairing that battle group headquarters. PauL.a.D realizing that, well, you know, it's actually a risky maneuver. I could potentially lose it, so let's just go ahead and keep it there. Anti-air half-track catches a Volksgrenadier squad out in the open on the far left-hand side. Can he actually finish it off? It looks like he may be able to. Down to 2 men. Has to run through a rifle squad. Down to 1 man. The anti-air half-track, however, did not chase it down. If it had chased it down, could have potentially picked up the kill. The Volksgren is very close to death. The sliver of health left makes it out of there alive as the MG34 makes it so that this guy has to get out of there. And we see once again the anti-air half-track peppering that Volksgrenadier squad and forcing it to GTFO. Very low amounts of ammo left on that truck. Needs to reload. Shrek flying at the Lieutenant, but the Lieutenant is fine. They're going to capture the territory and be just fine. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I really like those animations. Anyways, right-hand side, MG34 going to be recapturing that fuel. The fuel point on the far left-hand side is not currently capped for Hans, so he's not going to get any benefit from it. Obviously. MG34, Storm Pios, Volksgrens all pushing forward. The anti-air half-track is still there. We do have a rocket and Warfare getting built for PauL.a.D. Let's see if we can help it push that anti-air half-track away. But yeah, I mean, right now, Hans is in that pocket where he has a lot of benefit. So we see the medics getting brought out onto the field. Not exactly sure why. Those are a fuel cache getting built for Hans. MG34 activating its incendiary rounds. Oh my god, almost takes out the half-track down to a sliver of health. Scurries away and stays away. I mean, and stays alive. Jeez. Rifles pushing forward into the center, still unable to go capture the point. PauL.a.D is making sure that those victory points remain in his favor. He has 495, but has bled, Helping Hands down to 407. Volksgrens trying to cross the river, get themselves into some negative cover, and decide to just, well, get out of there because that's not going to help them out. Medics popping back into the ambulance. I don't think it was on purpose. excuse me. Major now on the field for HelpingHans. That will help him if he wants to set up a forward retreat point. Also has the ambulance if needed, so, you know, we'll see. But for now, it looks like he's going to be sending it over to the right-hand... Oh, wait, is he? Where is he? Okay. No, it's not going to be sending it anywhere. Okay. I thought he was going to be sending it out to Cap. Did he set up a retreat point? No, he hasn't set up a retreat point, so I'm not entirely sure. But anyways, anti-air half-track trying to defend the forward approach of the base. Shots flying, getting some damage off on those sandbags. Left-hand side, the rear echelon squad spots the Rakuten Warfare and forces it to retreat. And on the right-hand side, we have rifles just capturing territory. Joer Panzer Headquarters going down for Paul.A.D. Very out in the open, but a nice little defensible position. Kind of covers the center point, although it is blocked by the hedge, so it's probably not going to shoot there. But more importantly, it covers this approach from the river, so making sure that, you know, keeps those infantry at bay and not going to be assaulting and stuff. You know. Yeah, it's a nice decision there. Airborne Doctrine selected for HelpingHans. He's going to call in a paratrooper squad. He actually calls it in right in his base, not going to be using it to drop anywhere, you know, behind the lines or far away. We'll see if he upgrades with the LMG, but, well, for now, he's just bolstering his infantry support, or infantry troops to that. Shrek's taking some nasty shots, or was that a grenade? I think that was probably a grenade, right? Doing some damage to the lieutenant and such. Anti-air half-track getting some damage off on the MG-34. MG-34 forced to retreat, but there we go, the Joer Panzer Headquarters making itself known and catching the lieutenant and the rifle squad out in the open as it was trying to flank the MG-34. Getting them suppressed and pinned and forcing the retreat. So very nice there by Paul.A.D. More MG-34s moving over to the right-hand side. Rifles are going to be capturing some territory, and we see the Rakuten Warfare moving in that direction to potentially help out. Lux being produced for Paul.A.D. He, well, the Lux can very easily counter the anti-air half-track, so Hans is going to have to be on top of the half-track movement, because otherwise it's going to get itself killed. Right-hand side, the MG-34 does catch the rifle squad out in the open. Gets it suppressed, forces it to crawl out of the way, but they do manage to capture the point before the MG-34 actually loses sight of them. Paratrooper squad, now with LMGs equipped, they're going to be trying to hold off against these Grens, but the Shreks just eliminate the paratrooper squad ridiculously easy. Look at that. 2 shots eliminate 4 squad members. If only they were the paratroopers of old. Lieutenant trying to fight against the Volksgrens, gets caught by the Lux, taking a lot of damage, forcing the retreat. Rifle squad is going to try and hold, but as well, I mean, the Lux is just going to rip them to shreds. Going to have to retreat as well, down to 3 men. So a nice little shock impact there by the Lux for Mr. Paul.A.D. Center point has been capped by the rifles. The MG-34 will be pushing them away. In the far left-hand side, rear echelon squad goes across the river as the Lux is going to the center. It catches the anti-air half-track. The anti-air half-track is get chased down here. We do have an ambulance out on the field. The Major as well going to be retreating. Rear armor hits there by the Lux. Now the ambulance is getting targeted down. Not a lot of damage per shot, but a lot of shots go down. Could do with exiting the vehicle. The anti-air half-track is trying to stop the Lux, but the Lux is very high in health. The crew decides to pop out. The Lux eliminates it, but at least he has a veteran squad. The ambulance as well gets abandoned by the medics. The medics are going to be running away as the ambulance is there, but we now have a Sherman on the field for HelpingHans, who is going to be going on the assault. An anti-tank rifle grenade did go down on the Lux. The Lux has a damaged engine now, so the Sherman will be catching it. Final days, final moments of the Lux in motion, and there goes the shot. Out of control goes to the Lux, and that is all she wrote. Let's go one last FU to the Sherman as it hits it multiple times in the rear armor, actually inflicting a little bit of damage, but not too much. And the Storm Pioneers over on the far left are now caught by the Sherman. The Sherman does have its explosive shots engaged, but it's pretty bad. I mean, it doesn't have too much accuracy, so it doesn't do too much damage, but every once in a while you can get some nice shot. Out in the front of HelpingHans' base, we see a Shrek-equipped Volksgren squad actually goes for the fuel cache. Massive push here by Hans trying to fend off against these Volks. The Volks are veteran C4. And they actually managed to score the kill there on that thing. Sherman nails it one more time. Can he actually get another shot and kill it before it goes off? It actually goes for it. Gonna take a shot. No, it actually hits the MG34 in front. Rocket and Warfare and Shreks equipped on the Volks are actually doing a lot of damage to the Sherman. The Sherman is down. Oh, nasty shot. Down to about 10% health. Stays alive, however, so Hans able to keep his armored vehicle on the field. We see the MG34 in the center trying to hold the line as these rifles try to come up for the flank, but it is being covered on the flank by that Schwerpanzer headquarters, so it forces the retreat of the rifles as well. MG34 on the right-hand side forcing the retreat of the paratroopers, and on the far right, the Major is actually being utilized to cap. So yeah, I mean, it looked to me like HelpingHans had set up a retreat point somewhere around here. But when the Lux broke through, we saw like the Major and the ambulance retreating in this direction. So I didn't actually spot it, so I don't precisely know where it was, but probably somewhere around here. Maybe behind this hedge, maybe? I don't know. Maybe. So, a little bit of a lull in the fight. We see HelpingHans licking his wounds, repairing his tank. He actually has a Veterancy 3 crew in the tank. Sorry, never mind. It has the veteran crew from the anti-air half-track, the one that had 12 kills to his name. These guys are the original crew. They're already Veterancy 3, but the crew from the half-track actually gives Veterancy 1 to the tanks, so makes it a little bit more combat effective. Nice shots flying there from the Sherman, actually destroying those annoying barricades and allowing the push. Still, though, he does have a Veteran 3 crew. What actually bonus do they get? Let's see. This is the criticals. Then it's improved squad repair time. Improves the squad defensive position, making them harder to hit. Okay. But yeah, I mean, they have SMGs, so they can help out in the fighting, and essentially it's just another repair crew for the tank. Right-hand side, Rifle Squad trying to hold off the approach of all these troops. We have a lot of Volkskrens with a lot of Shreks. Those are 3 Shreks pushing forward with Oversoldatens and Rocket and Warfare support. The Sherman takes a beating. It's down to about 25% strength. Goes back to base. I'm going to have to get repaired. We do have the crews and the rear echelon retreating. They're probably retreating to get the tank back in working order, as HelpingHans notices that is what he needs to be able to combat things. He is getting himself a Jackson. I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, I guess he's expecting some type of vehicle play, but I mean, well, we can see that nothing is being produced just yet. Does not have the ability for a call-in. So yeah, I mean, maybe a second Sherman would have helped, or a motor carriage, but yeah, I mean, the Jackson doesn't seem too well. Oh no, and the Jackson is actually caught behind the lines, or cut off from his base is more what I should say, by the 3 Volkskrens. I mean, Shrek-equipped Volkskrens. He's gonna go for a drive. He's actually speeding all the way to the front, gonna run into the MG34, and well, you know, he's actually just gonna go into the base as the Volkskrens are trying to chase it down. If he had gone long, I think it was a bad waypoint. He had rallied it out there, but well, we'll see. Hey, maybe he's gonna go for the kill on the battle group headquarters. We'll see. Boom, yeah, there he goes. He's actually taking some shots at the battle group headquarters. The Volksgrenadiers are all going to retreat with their Shreks, going to go and try to help out the battle group headquarters. It would not be a bad idea for Hans to kill this if he can. That is a lot of damage that can happen. If only he would move up with the Major. I mean, Major running up and throwing a light artillery barrage right on top of it. Ooh, that would be nice, but yeah, he's not going to do that. The Jackson, though, does manage to move out of the way. Gonna go back home. There is a Rocket and Warfare in range to fire at it, but it looks like he moves like right off of its range and stays alive. So nice control there by HelpingHans. He didn't retreat back to the base, hoping that RNG would save him. He just, you know, went for the drive-by, and that kept him alive. Because yeah, I mean, right here he was cut off by a blob of Shreks, and yeah, could have ended up very badly. Bad. Very badly. Sherman, back in working order. This crew could actually pop out and get inside the Jackson, but I mean the Jackson is already. I mean the crew inside the Jackson is already better in C2, so not really that big of a deal. Paratrooper squad with its LMGs trying to hold off against the approaching Volksgrens. 50 cal machine gun for Helping Hands, also trying to stop the approaching infantry. Does actually manage to do so. But yeah, I mean, again, that's why I was saying major this situation. Like, look at that. Let's just push up and get a barrage going. Probably not going to hit anything, but makes it very annoying and very deadly if something does get hit.
Capture point is being overrun.
Schwerpanzer headquarters getting targeted by the Jackson. MG-34 forced to retreat. Shots continue to fly. Schwerpanzer headquarters down to about 75% strength. The Jackson is going to get caught here by the Shreks, though. Oh, takes a nasty barrage. Down to about half health. Gets itself... Oh, it actually gets sandwiched between those two trees. He kind of Austin Powered it. Takes another shot to the rear armor, down to about 30%. But looks like he's going to be making it out of there just fine. Sherman, however, is also caught way out of position. It's on the far left-hand side. It needs to put itself in a better angle. Instantly reverses and retreats. It's exposing his rear armor in that first volley. Oh, nasty rear armor hits. Shots fly. The Volksgrens are trying to catch it, but nice control there by Helping Hands. Keeping it on the road, keeping it at full speed. And it makes it back to the base. Paratrooper squad, again, noticing that it's going to be flanked. Ends up retreating. Down to 2 men. Makes it out of there, though. All in all, though, Helping Hands, however, is down to less than 200 points. He is currently triple capped, so that's going to go by very quickly. He's not in good shape as far as control of the map goes. PauL.a.D. doing an excellent job holding this territory. And yeah, I mean, with the Schwerpanzer headquarters here, it's a very short walk inside of cover to capture the point on the left-hand side. So, I mean, really, the only point that could be contested easily is on the right. And even then, he's got MG-34s to stop the movement of infantry, and he's actually focusing those 2 MG-34s that he has on the right-hand side. I mean, he's not number 1 or number 2 now, I don't know, for no reason, right? Pack 43 getting built for PauL.a.D, so he's still not going to be building any additional vehicles or things. He's also going to be laying down some bunkers. He's going to be upgrading those with MGs. I mean, he does have a lot of munitions. So I'm assuming, how much does it cost? 60? Yeah, I mean, he has got a lot. Yep, there he goes. So instead, he's just going to lay down some MG bunkers and make sure that the infantry can't pass. Jackson Tank Destroyer going to be moving up once again, getting some shots off at a distance to the thing with the stuff. The Schwerpanzer headquarters. The Jackson gets shot at by the Raketenwerfer. Takes a little bit of damage. It's fine, it's not too bad. Moves back. Lieutenant trying to go for the cap of the point. Both the Lieutenant and the Major are Veteran C2. Veteran C3 is when they acquire that nice little movement buff, so they are unable to do that. Oh, nice. The howitzer motor carriages on the field. We see the Sherman going down in the center as the Pack 43 just, well, has a lot of range. It was inside there and took 2 shots. Now it's dead. Oh, nice shots there by the motor carriage. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Then maybe the Jackson wasn't going to pan out. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe him having the Jackson is why PauL.a.D made those decisions and didn't go for more vehicles. So, you know, could potentially psychologically help, but we shall never know. Paratroopers, right-hand side, also engaging. Paratroopers have actually lived quite a while. I mean, they are 5 men, only, I mean 5 kills only, but Veteran C2 improves grenade range, weapon accuracy, enables the squad to heal while out of combat. Volksgrens, Obersoldaten also now on the field, and MG-34 pushing on the right-hand side. Less than 100 points left for Helping Hands. Can he turn this around? He needs something to be able to turn it around, but I don't know if he's going to be able to.
The Browning automatic rifle.
The Browning automatic rifles. So, yeah, I mean, he can get bars, but I don't know if he has any. Helping Hands moving over to the left-hand side. Looks like he's going to be trying to push for that victory point. He is now down to 72 points. He, again, is running out of time. 50 cal machine gun going to be trying to hold the center approach. It is going to be facing down all the infantry here. Can he actually get her done? Obersoldaten retreating. Oh, nasty shot actually nails the gunner. That allows the Volkskrans to actually close the distance and get right on top of the 50 cal machine gun. 50 cal machine gun going to be going down. We also see a what's it called? This one, the zeroing artillery, eliminates the major as it was trying to capture the point. Oh, nasty shot there. Actually nails the Jackson, and the Jackson goes down. HelpingHans losing a lot. He is down to 30 points. Trying to capture the point over here on the left-hand side. But does not. Oh, nasty artillery barrages there by the zeroing artillery still. And center point, the paratroopers are trying to get there, but there is a bunker. HelpingHans throws in the towel. The game ends, and that is all she wrote. Ow. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, that Jackson could have maybe not been played. Another Sherman maybe would have been a little bit better, but still, it was a very tough situation, and wow, PauL.A.D is playing very well. Well, anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.